thing that comes to my mind, the thing that I gravitate to mostly when it comes to Martin Luther King is his letter from Birmingham jail. And the reason why that gravitates to me as much as possible is that the thing that he talks about the most is that when people are trying to gain equity and opportunity, folks are saying wait. And as people are trying to advance in life, the masses are asking them, just wait. And so when I look at this room, and I look at the beauty that exists in this room, many young people that are here have been told to wait before. To many, whether they say it to you or through actions and through systems, you have been told to wait and not live and be in your full potential. And so that speech resonates with me because as a young person, for my own self, systems was in place for me to wait. And as I am today as a grown man, it was important for me to make sure that my life was dedicated to creating pathways for young people that grew up like me. And so with my brother's keeper, we've decided to make sure that we're not willing to partner with anybody who's not willing to work with the brightest in Boston. And I mean the people that are disenfranchised. I remember thinking about it as a young man and growing up in this city and seeing some of the difficulties that me and my peers had and that existed. And folks looked at us like we was not the most brilliant kids in our school or in our city. And sometimes we lived up to that perception, to that thought process, and we was never able at times to get ahead because nobody saw the beauty in who we really was internally. And so I look at the many different organizations in the room to decide every day that you are brilliant. Our country right now is in a place of unrest. Our city is at a place of unrest. The conversation of wait your turn still exists. As well as we think about Martin Luther King, those realities exist today. They have a bigger pillow and a larger cover to act like it doesn't. They can hide it a little bit more. But those are things, those barriers still exist. And so the thing that I'm trying to figure out is we're not waiting any longer. In any movement that ever happened throughout this country that has been fruitful, that has been manageable, that has been successful, started with you. And I say this to you young people. When people are looking at you like your voice doesn't matter or placating your voice and acting like, yeah, we want you at the table. We want you to present in front of a group, but we don't want your insight on how to move the needle forward. Anything that's ever meant anything in this country started with you. Your brilliance, your steadfast, your consistency, your fight. And in order for us to move ahead as people, we need you. One of the biggest gaps that exist in our city is the old and the young. That wall, that opening, not bridging that gap. The young are running hard. They don't want to listen to nobody because they saw failure after failure exists. And so now they're running head first to try to make a difference, and they don't want to listen. And the wise are looking at you like they don't want to listen. The elders and the wise, they don't want to listen, so we ain't going to talk to them. We need to do better at bridging that gap. The young need to understand that there's some elders that did this before you. So I would consult with them when understanding some decisions and understanding some things that we need to be doing to move the needle forward. And the old need to recognize that there's brilliance that exists among them. And not to placate them, but to recognize their strength and what they bring to the table and let them lead. One of the things that I see, especially in communities of color, sometimes we don't like to recognize that there's other leadership that exists. Our young people are brilliant. Get out the way. Get out the way and let them lead. I know that everybody in this room at times, when I'm thinking about the young people, I was talking to these gentlemen in the bathroom that remember me from different organizations that I've run in the past. And they talked and they saw me and they said, listen, Conan, and the first thing they said is, I'm doing good. I got a job. I'm trying to think of things differently. And the main thing that I'm saying to them is that anything is possible. If you ever question you, look at me. I want to tell you a story briefly. There was a young man that I knew. I worked with in the past. He was 11 years old. He got incarcerated very early, at 11. At 13 years old, 14 years old, he did 2 years in DYS for attempted murder. Smart, brilliant young man, got the heart of gold. Grew up in a single-parent household and continued to run the streets after he came home. Tried many times to get jobs, but decided he wanted to hang with his friends and continued to be incarcerated. All the way till he became an adult and did 10 years in prison for drug trafficking. While he was in prison, he decided to go to school. He got his GED in prison, and the first time he did it, he told me, he said, listen, I'm doing this because I want to do it for my mother. My mother believes in me, so I'm going to get my GED to show my mother that anything is possible, that I can do this. And he got his GED for his mother. While he was at the ceremony, he saw this guy who got his master's. And he said, I used to always look at him as a weirdo. And he got his master's and talked about what it means and how education is important. So he enrolled in college. Got his college degree. I mean, he got halfway through and then got out and finished his college degree. And then he got a job working on the back of a trash truck when he first came home. Then he started to want to work with youth because he did programming while he was in prison. He said, okay, these young people flock to me. What is this about in me? And asked me, had these questions with me, and I consulted with him, talked him through it. And he worked at Youth Opportunity Boston. He went from Youth Opportunity Boston and did many different odd jobs in between. And then he started working for another program that dealt with violence in our neighborhoods. He did such a great job. Anytime somebody asked him to do 3 jobs, he did 5. Anytime somebody said, hey, it wasn't about the promotion, but it was about the work, because he had a genuine love for his community and wanted to see it do better. The last 4 jobs he was recruited for, and each position went higher and higher along with his wages. Continued to get his skill set together and decided that he wanted to continue to do better for his community. The reason why I tell you that story is because there was many different times that young man could have failed and decided this isn't for me. He could have got a construction job like we see a lot of people do just to gain some wages and take care of his family. But something about him decided he wanted to give back to this community that he loves so much. Give back to young men that look exactly like him, that experience life exactly like him. He just wanted to do better and wanted to see better. That young man is me. I say this to you because a lot of times we'll look at me and we'll see a suit. We'll see these positions. We'll see these places in life that we've traveled. We'll see my wife. We'll see me on TV, and you'll think I've arrived. The truth of the matter is that I'm you. I wake up every day saying, how can I make sure that these young brothers know that they're worthy? That they don't go Our city's at war on so many levels. We see young brothers losing their life every day. We see young sisters losing their lives. We're at war for the soul of our young people while still trying to create opportunities so their life can be better. What I would always say is, man, fight like hell for you. Fight like hell for you. You deserve it. You deserve it. And I always say this, with these many different organizations that are here, when people say to me often, what's the difference between you and other gentlemen that have been incarcerated? How did you get here? How did this happen? And I try to make sure I let them know there's no difference. I'm an ordinary person with extraordinary support. This is your extraordinary support. Take advantage. take advantage of these opportunities. Make sure every day you wake up and decide that you're worthy, and don't let nobody tell you different. Connect with the elders. They got something to give you. Don't let them stop you from your motion, because everybody's dealing with trauma today. Don't let them stop you from moving forward, but connect with them. They have something to offer. And make sure us elders in the room, and I'll be lightly with that, but make sure us elders in the room know that these young people have everything it takes to lead. All we gotta do is support them and let them go. Don't just bring them to your program to speak how great you are. Let them be in the decision-making room. They have something to give you. It's interesting, I met with Roxanne downstairs in the bowling building. And I was talking to her about BYSN and the organization. And then she stopped. And she gave the mic to the young person and said, I'm not going to talk no more, Conan. I want her to tell you everything about BYSN. Because she's in the room. She knows everything. She's in the room. She's in the back room. And I want her to tell you what BYSN does and what we're about. I no longer want to lead this meeting. I'm going to let her lead. Now, many people, I've seen it on so many occasions, get in the room with me and can't wait to tell me how great they are and how great the organization is. She decided that she wasn't going to talk to me about the organization any further. She wanted the young person to lead that conversation. And the young person didn't say, hey, I went to the program, I did this, I did that. She like, this is what we do. This is how we're making it happen. This is how we engage in people. This is how we're working with the organizations. And this is our goals and our wishes to move it forward. And that was fulfilling for me. That's the reason why I decided as soon as she called, I'm picking up the phone, because we need to partner with folks who understand the beauty and the strength of our young people, where we give them opportunities to lead and give them the burning fire so they can take the torch and go. We're still a city that is far behind. We're still a city that struggles with our racial past. Those are real things. They want black people to vote. They want black people to be in front of the spotlight, but they don't think that black folks deserve to lead. The electorate decided something different, elected 6 women of color on their body. We gotta continue to be in those spaces. And young people, understand that your voice matters. Your voice matters. I see Brother James right here in front that every day he's trying to organize young people to be a part of the conversation. Making sure that they're voting, making sure that they're registered to vote, making sure that they're at the State House, advocating. We have to continue to be that way for our young people to move this city where it can eventually be. For me, when I think of Martin Luther King, that's it. Making sure our most vulnerable have opportunities, making sure that we support them in their voice to lead, and making sure that we're not standing in their way when it's time to take on a leadership role. But we're supporting them with real opportunities so they can be successful. That's the dream. That's when it's realized, when we're supporting one another and knowing that our best and our brightest are young people that come from our neighborhoods. And just because they don't have a Harvard degree or in a university and a college doesn't mean that they don't have something to contribute. I thank you very much for your time.